Howdy, Guan. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where we talk everything about your favorite movies, actors, and actresses. I'm Ken Siniclis. I'm joined with by my colleagues Asha, Jason, and Uncle Ken.
Hello.
Hey.
And we have an interesting topic today. We're going to talk about the body of work that is Keanu Reeves' career. So, Jace.
Interesting how you say body of work, because he's generally seen... He's always been seen as such a sex symbol, and yet it's his voice that kind of carries him and also incriminates him.
Huh. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
No, think of how many signature quotes came out of Keanu Reeves' mouth over the years, and everybody just associates it. You know, they think he's like this dumb California kid who will always be, Bill S. Preston from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
It's true.
I mean, that's the movie that broke him.
I was just gonna say, I was going through this list and I saw that. I was like, that's right. That movie.
Wait, who's
so
Ted?
funny.
Scott Winter.
That
Yeah. The only
kind of looks like Sean Penn,
There.
No, he does kind of look like Sean
reminded
Penn.
me of.
He's got like bug eyes, but he was
His
also
nose.
he was also in the Lost Boys. He was one of the Lost Boys, and I think that was the only other movie he did. But he's also in that documentary that was on Netflix, the one Electric Boogaloo, about all the B movies from Golden Globus.
So who would have thought, though, that Keanu Reeves in 1989 would go on to have the career that he's had over, that time frame, 30 years?
He's had some... Okay, I do know for a fact that he is universally respected in the acting community, like in Hollywood, as being a really legitimate actor. He takes the craft very, very seriously. Mm-hmm. But his roles have been very polarizing. When he's good and when he's on, he's really, really good. He's been an action star. He's been a drama star. He's been a comedy star. And yet he's got, these missteps, like when he did Bram Stoker's Dracula. He was terrible in that.
There's some roles that he misses.
He was
and what's
in
crazy
Dracula?
Yeah, he was in Dracula. He was Jonathan Harker. And what's crazy is...
Oh, I was only 1 year old, though.
So you were 1 year. Okay. Yeah, that movie's probably inappropriate for a 1-year-old. But Winona Ryder was great in that movie, even with a fake English accent.
Winona Ryder, she's so cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Wasn't that his wife at one time, or they had a relationship?
Well, I don't know.
Johnny Depp and her.
But they have a
Johnny
movie
Depp.
together. Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves have a movie together where they both play single. They're single people, and they go to a wedding, and I guess like Keanu Reeves knows the groom, and Winona Ryder knows the bride, and they kind of hook up there. What is that movie called? Destination Wedding.
Okay, and basically we printed out for everybody watching like on the YouTube feed that's not listening to us on the KRAM Podcast Network. Keanu Reeves' filmography is
60 plus films.
Yeah, on Wikipedia this is 4 whole pages.
Yeah, that's
8.5 by 11 paper.
And if you're wondering why we decided to talk about Keanu Reeves today, it's because
he's awesome.
John Wick 3 is going to come out this year, 2019. It's slated to be released later this year. And we're not going to talk about 60 films that Keanu Reeves did today. We're just going to go through our favorites or notable failures or, peaks that he hit in his career. We talked about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Classic.
And I'm going to go with my classic pick here, like one of the best Keanu Reeves movies.
Oh, God, what? I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Point Break.
Freaking Break.
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow direct. Like that's before Hurt Locker, before she did Hurt Locker back in the day.
James Cameron's ex-wife.
Yep. And they did Point Break, which is a story about Johnny Utah, who's a new FBI agent, right? He's like a rookie FBI agent.
And that literally was his line.
Oh, yeah.
I am an FBI agent! And see, he was still playing Bill from Bill and Ted, and everybody's like, dude, this guy's dumb. It's like, no, he's...
And then
but he was a lawyer.
Where were they at? California?
Yeah, they were in California.
So he has
Zuma,
to infiltrate a group of surfers because there's all like a string of burglaries and things happening, across the state, and they think that it's linked to a bunch of surfers, right? So they link into the area. So he has to learn how to surf. Lori Petty's in the movie. Gary Busey's in the movie.
Lori Petty, man.
And that was just such a, when was this, 1991, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for the time, it was just such a hip and cool film,
And you know what's amazing?
and it stands the test of time.
You've mentioned so many people in the cast, including a cameo in the Surf Crew
Oh, and
by Anthony Kiedis of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
and we didn't mention Patrick Swayze.
I was just gonna say.
So
The skydiving is insane. I mean, you
everything that
skydive without a pack.
legit. Second best skydiving scene in a movie.
I would love to hear the
crazy.
first one.
Drop Zone, Wesley Snipes.
Ooh, that's good.
You guys hear that? You guys hear that? Knowledge being dropped.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Point Break.
IQ being
That's like
dropped, too.
that's in my top 3.
Okay, can we
Keanu
finally
Reeves.
just say it? Is or is not Fast and the Furious a complete ripoff, just transposed
Yes.
to Cars with Point Break?
Almost, yes.
You have not agreed with me on this in the past.
Yes, it is. It is pretty much. Well, I don't know.
I can die a happy man now, 'cause
without
we-
giving too many spoilers. The conflict is slightly different, right? Because it's not just camaraderie. Are we going to spoil it?
The
Are we-
ex-presidents.
Are we spoiling it?
No. Point Break is a fantastic movie, and Keanu was great in that.
He was, and so was Patrick Swayze.
Who do you think was better in that though? I think Swayze kind of stole the show. Keanu was good.
Yeah.
Swayze was amazing.
Yeah, he stole the show, except for the end. But everything like
Have you
that
watched either
script
Point
was
Break,
such
Ash?
a. Yeah, have you
I
watched
feel
either?
like I have.
The original or the remake? The remake you said was not good.
What was the
The remake was okay.
They were
it was
doing
kinda
like those
trashy.
flying squirrel suits, right?
In the remake, the guy has to do. I forgot what they call it,
The
but
7 Wonders or something? Is that the one?
there are a bunch of challenges that he has to do.
Okay.
Like you
I
have
watched
to
the
base dive
remake
into
then,
a hole.
'cause
Like
when you were
some
talking
crazy-
about it, I was like, wait, I know I watched this movie, but Keanu wasn't in it.
Yeah,
No, I never watched the original.
yeah. The original
want
kills the remake. Like
Okay.
that's something you definitely.
I mean,
gotta
his
see.
name too. It's you can go
John,
by in your
John.
entire career with just the name Keanu. Everybody knows who you're talking about. There was a movie called Keanu, and he was in it by Keegan Michael Key, right? Key and Peele.
Is that the dog movie?
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on.
It's a dog movie.
Okay, Point Break, definite 5.
He did a bunch of other movies, right? We got like Much Ado About Nothing.
Wait, can we back up first because before he let me make sure I get the chronology right. Before he did Point Break, obviously he did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. My Own Private Idaho, who he was in with the late River Phoenix, he was really good in that. Kind of a risk as an actor because they played 2 gay men. But My Own Private Idaho is a great film.
Actually, I've never watched that movie.
Yeah, the box cover is
Never
the two of them
watched
like on a motorcycle, just going like across, like the flatlands of like Kansas or something like that. It's a really good movie. Really powerful performances by both those guys.
Wow,
It's a good movie.
Well, how about this one? Speed.
Speed turned him into a legit action star.
I
thought.
think Point Break turned him into a legit action star, but Speed was like
Sandra.
okay, he's hyped up. Let's put him on the top billing.
Sandra Bullock.
Okay,
Oh yeah, that's Sandra
made
Bullock's
her-
first
What
one.
is
right?
Speed?
So, Jason, can you tell Asha what Speed is?
Okay,
Because when I think of Sandra Bullock and Keanu, I think of that other movie.
Speed 2. No, she
No.
was not in 2. She was not in part
No,
2.
it was- no,
he was
he
not
was
in
not
part
in
2.
You know what
It was
movie I'm
Jason
talking
Patrick.
about, right? Do you know what movie I'm talking about? There's another movie where they like,
Really?
is it like something with time or something?
A Walk to Remember?
No, not A Walk to Remember. I'm gonna find it here. I think.
Okay, our millennial movie critic is going to look this up. But yeah.
well,
so-
while that happens,
Speed.
Jason, why don't you give up?
The Lake House.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good call, Ash. Okay,
See?
the old guys completely.
In your face.
Yeah, we completely screwed the pooch on that one. All right, Speed. I thought, but again, he was really good in Speed. He was really buff in Speed. He was no
He's
longer.
not really buff in
He was big.
Speed. Oh my
I
god.
never remember Keanu Reeves
he was
being big.
Yeah, because he never was.
But again,
He's
would,
like a
never
skinny
was.
dude.
would you say? I mean, you can kind of make the argument that
And yeah,
much
Jeff, what's his name?
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, and
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper, yeah, thank you. I almost said Toby Hooper, but no, that's the director. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Much in the same way as in Point Break, he was really, really good, but he got outshined by Patrick Swayze. You can kind of say that as good as he was in Speed, he got outshined by Sandra Bullock. Because prior to that, Sandra Bullock had only done The Net, which he was okay in, and
I watched
all right.
Speed.
you did watch.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, what did Dennis Hopper call it? Wildcat or something?
you're Wildcat because he saw she at the
Yeah.
University of Arizona. So you tell that Wildcat over there, she's good.
She's a bus driver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on the bus.
And she did Love Potion number 9.
That was Sandra Bullock?
That was Sandra Bullock and Tate Donovan, who she was actually dating at the time. But this movie, everybody was like, wow, she's sweet, she's genuine, she's America's sweetheart, and she kind of stole the show, I thought. As good as Keanu was. And that made him a legit action movie star because he was the hero.
And it really was a fun movie. That was a pretty...
It was.
Right? It was just so cool.
Speed had you on the edge of your seat. Did you see Speed in the theater? I did.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. I was gripping like the seats because I was like, okay, you have to keep the bus going 50. Remember that out? You have to keep the bus going 50 miles per hour.
That was so funny.
And then when the bus is like, there's that old lady pushing, or no, with the baby carriage, and everyone's like, oh, and they slammed into it, but it was all just like a bunch of cans because it was like the homeless person pushing. I was like, oh man.
Okay, after that, how about The Devil's Advocate?
Oh yeah,
one of our favorites.
That is an Office favorite, man.
By Office, you mean the two of us.
With Charlize Theron, right?
Charlize Theron.
Okay, once again, I can say that as good as Keanu is in these movies, whether he sets himself up to be, like they say in pro wrestling, it's not how good you make yourself look, it's how good you make your opponent look. When you have Charlize Theron, Academy Award winner, I don't think she had won at that. No, she won for Monster, which was a couple years later. But Pacino, come on, I mean that's hard to do.
I actually think all the acting in that movie was bad, but I thought the story was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it
even
was
by
really
Pacino?
I thought it was way
We're
over.
coming out of there!
I think Pacino was just having a good time doing that movie.
Yeah,
we're getting acquittal after acquittal. We're gonna burn the whole thing down.
Yes.
Hooah!
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I watched this too.
But that was a great movie. Keanu Reeves.
Spoiler alert, everybody! Al Pacino is the devil.
A lawyer, a defense lawyer,
a Southern defense lawyer
who has never had a loss
with the worst Southern accent in the history.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why the acting.
And it's not just Southern. He's from Gainesville, Florida. Oh, baby.
But
Charlize Theron, who is South African, pulled off the Southern Georgia, Northern Florida accent. Well, Keanu could not, who is an American.
Oh, whatever. But Keanu, he played a lawyer who never lost, and he gets recruited by a big firm. So they move to New York? They moved to New York,
yeah,
right?
New York.
And then
has the most insane brownstone apartment given to him.
Yeah, and Al Pacino is his boss, and it's pretty crazy to see where that movie goes. Like the things that he does to keep the winning record, and it's pretty.
And he basically never loses because vanity is his sin, and he goes, "I refuse to lose."
Yeah, I mean, without spoiling too much, you can watch this on all streaming platforms, I believe.
Yeah, it's on Netflix right now because I have basically.
I think it's pretty crazy. Like there's some psycho stuff that happens in that movie. That's an all right movie.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
When did that movie come out?
Remember the key. Do you remember the bit of scripture that his mother, the old Southern belle, told him?
Oh, I forgot.
He's walking away. He's like, because Charlize Theron, his wife, has just taken her own life, and like he's walking through there, and she's like,
spoilers.
Yeah, and she's like, you can't go back there. He's like, Mama, I can't handle this right now. Lo, I send thee out before the wolves. And he turns around, he's like, wait a minute. So the devil is my father. I mean, what's something to be put upon your conscience? It's like, okay, I lost my first case. My wife, who I love, is no longer here. Oh, and by the way, the devil is my dad. And my mom, who I thought was this pristine church-going lady, screwed around on a church retreat.
Yeah.
What a terrible way to spend a Monday.
Just spoiler.
And that's the spoiler warning. Movie. Spoiler. We just spoiled the entire movie.
The movie came out in 1995. If you have not seen it by this point, that's on you.
So after that, how about The Matrix?
Wait, did he not do anything between?
No, he did other movies. We're just skipping
not
those
in
chunky
between
movies,
The Devil's Advocate.
Okay, Devil's Advocate.
Johnny Mnemonic, trash. Chain Reaction, trash.
You did
Walk
not like
in the Clouds.
Johnny Mnemonic was an alright movie.
Trash. Johnny Mnemonic, well, it was nominated for an award, Jason. According to this, it says the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actor.
The Razzie!
Oh,
shucks.
Worst actor.
Did you want to talk about any of these movies in between Speed and...
Apparently not. I mean, okay, he's done... He did some drama between that and The Matrix.
Yeah.
And The Matrix was 99?
Yeah.
The Matrix was awesome. The special effects, all of that was crazy.
I'm sorry. I stand corrected. You were absolutely right. He did The Devil's Advocate in 97, and then he did The Matrix in 99.
Oh, I thought you meant between Speed and The Matrix.
Oh, well,
but yeah.
okay.
Matrix. How
Anderson.
awesome was that? Right? Story of Neo. Is he like a hacker?
Yeah.
He's like a hacker, and then he finds out. Well, Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus, helps him find out that the world that we live in is not the reality of what we are really in. We're actually all prisoners to a bunch of machines, and we live in a virtual reality. And
it's Plato's allegory of the cave.
And then
basically.
he just so Neo is quote unquote the one, and he has to figure out whether or not this new reality is the true reality, and whether he is the promised soul that is supposed to save all these people or save humanity.
And I will say
for
maybe for the first time in his career, because Lawrence Fishburne was good in this movie. Joe Pantoliano, Joey Pants, was good in this movie as Cypher. Yeah. Carrie Ann Moss. This movie really broke her, and she had marginal success after this. But he really was the star. He really shone in the 3 Matrix movies as the guy.
He did. He did. It was awesome. And all the build up of the first movie to the one scene where, he
Hugo Weaving was in there.
Hugo
Agent
Weaving,
Smith.
one of the best, most underrated actors today, I think. But that was an incredible.
He's not
series.
in Game of Thrones, right? Wait, what has he been in
How
recently?
many Matrix movies?
Hugo Weaving?
Were there?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Cloud Atlas. There's 3 Matrix movies.
Oh, but he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He was
And the elf guy.
No, but he was
I don't know
the
what his
dad
name is.
of Steven Tyler's daughter, of
Yeah.
Liv Tyler.
Yeah. But that was awesome. That was awesome. Matrix was awesome.
Okay.
One of my favorite.
Would you
series
guys
for
say
sure.
that the special effects in the Matrix, the original Matrix movie, with the bullet time and everything like that, does that hold up today?
They don't.
Because I've heard that film students who are in college right now, they watch the Matrix, their teachers show them. It's okay, this is an amazing effect that you guys have to see and have to know as you're in your study of film history. And kids look at it and they laugh and they're, God, this is crap. But I remember everybody freaked out in '99 when this came out.
I know, it was amazing. And the way they had to shoot it was amazing too, right? The 360 effect, they actually had to have 60 cameras shoot, each camera shot 1 frame sequentially, right?
So
you were in middle school when this came out, right, Ash?
When did it come out? 99?
99.
No, I wasn't in middle school yet. I was in elementary.
Did you watch it when it came, when it got on TV, or when you watched it
I
on
can't
video?
even remember, but I know I watched it.
That was such an incredible, everything was incredible, that movie. And it's crazy to think how far we've gone in 20 years or 18 years since the movies come out, in terms of special effects and technology. And not necessary to shoot those types of shots. Right?
Not to jump too far ahead, but when you say, based on the success of the Matrix series, would you say this was his apex of his career? Did he ever get any higher than he was?
Yes,
in Because at this
he
point,
has gotten higher than
he was an A-list celebrity star. I mean, we don't mention him because we talked about in this podcast who the greatest American actors are at this point, and we mentioned Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, and not even American, just Christian Bale, Russell Crowe, things like that. No one ever mentions Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, because he's not the greatest American actor, nor is he one of the greatest.
So
but he was
the most likable American actor.
Well, that's good.
You know what I mean?
Good. I like that.
Because some of the acting's Devil's Advocate, like we said, it's pretty suspect. The accent is just so unbelievable.
You don't like
I
Kevin
don't really
Lomax?
care for him as an actor, to be honest.
But he's so likable.
I would love to hear why. Please.
I don't know. I guess I've never really cared for
Elucidate.
the movies that he was in. He's not a standout actor to me.
All right.
That's just my opinion.
Is he not? Is it not
no? He's had some
it's
really
basically
good.
Because his
look
first.
at all these
get
movies that he's done, and I probably only like a couple of them.
Actually, I think that's BS. It's because he's not Australian. His first name's not Chris, and his last name's not Hemsworth. So,
No.
Oh, by the way, I found something. Did you know that Chris Hemsworth has his own podcast series about vegan cooking now?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was gonna send you the Facebook.
I am in love.
There's no
even
way
more.
he's vegan.
He is.
vegan.
What?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I think.
I should share that with you. So,
I'm not a stalker.
And you'll probably never come into work again. You'll just be at home all day.
I'm gonna go join his podcast, guys.
All right. How about the replacements, Jason?
Okay. This, if I can make a little Shakespearean kind of comparison here, when you keep in mind what he did in The Replacements, this brought about an interesting, an argument within an argument, right? The play within the play,
sure.
they say in Hamlet.
Sure.
So now, who was the greatest quarterback that Keanu Reeves ever played? You have Point Break in '91.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah, the golden arm quarterback of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And they say in the movie, he played for Ohio State. I was doing really good in the Rose Bowl before my knee got bent back 90 degrees. First of all, for your knee to get bent back 90 degrees, you could be like Adrian Peterson and have your ACL and MCL both blow out, and that still would not be as bad as if your knee bends backwards 90 degrees. I mean, think of... I can't... Dude, you wouldn't even be able to walk anymore.
Yeah, but now you are just pretending that you are some kind of doctor or podiatrist.
I don't... Podiatrist?
Foot, right?
Yeah, well, I was talking about the knee, but okay, point taken. Okay, so anyway, and he played for Ohio State. He beat USC in the Rose Bowl, which when you beat the Trojans in their own backyard is no small accomplishment. Or do you take Shane Falco, the redeemed quarterback in the replacements?
Did he challenge USC? Did Johnny Utah challenge USC, or you just...
No, he beat USC in the Rose Bowl, they said. But that's when his knee got blown out.
Okay.
So that wasn't, But Shane Falco, who was a phenomenal quarterback, but then he took a bet, or he played for the better, something like that.
I don't know what happened to Shane Falco, but...
Replacements was a great movie.
It was cool. I wouldn't say it was a great movie.
It was a great sports movie.
It's a good sports movie. It was a fun movie.
But again,
it was a good
Gene
movie.
Hackman blew him out of the water. He
Yeah.
was good. Gene Hackman was better. And I don't. So I don't know if this is something that he just does as a setup guy to make his co-stars succeed, or he just has the misfortune of being cast with superior actors.
I don't know. Maybe the roles, like even though they're lead roles, the character doesn't really develop that much, and maybe the scripts
and the replacements
revolve
was like
around the
a
supporting
comedy.
cast. Yeah, it was funny. It was a good movie.
One of the funniest
Actually,
guys.
it was a good movie. Was Bill Bellamy was in that movie? Was
No,
it?
Bill Bellamy was Any Given Sunday. It was
Okay, who was
Orlando Jones?
But they had the deaf guy, right? Or
the tight end.
That was so funny. That was so. Who is a better quarterback?
Orlando Jones, and he did I Will Survive,
and the kicker. They had a Irish kicker or something.
Yeah,
like a soccer player or something, right?
He took bets.
Yeah, he took bets.
Yeah, and the IRA was coming after him.
That was so dumb. What a dumb movie.
And he smoked while he was kicking.
That was so funny.
Okay, So who the better quarterback was, based on what I saw when he did that rollout, and I mean they were only playing 7-on-7 flag football on the beach, but based on the way that he did that bootleg and he rolled out, and how he shook off defenders, and that was way more athletic than what he did with as Shane Falco.
Okay.
Shane Falco, he had that one stiff arm when he actually when he ran for the touchdown, and then the big Japanese sumo guy was called for offsides. Can you tell I've watched these movies a few times?
I can definitely, yeah. I can't believe we're even debating whether the fictional Johnny Utah is a better quarterback than the fictional Shane Falco.
Go on the web, my friend. This is a thing.
That's crazy.
People debate. People like me who have equally no lives will talk.
All right, moving on. We're going to skip all the other Matrix.
So Johnny
Matrixes.
Utah was the better.
We're skipping all the other Matrixes. It was a pretty good series, even though maybe it doesn't stand the test of time. How about Constantine?
That one was a good movie.
You like Constantine?
I know. I've watched that.
Okay, I want to say again, and I'm trying not to be biased towards Keanu, but he was good. Who was the kid?
There's a kid in the movie?
Yeah, from the first Transformers movie. Why can I do weird names?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf was good.
I don't remember him in that movie.
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz was better.
She's so pretty.
Tilda Swinton. Was it Tilda Swinton in that movie?
Tilda Swinton was the Archangel Gabriel.
Yeah, she looked crazy in that movie. That was a wild movie.
Rachel Weisz is, and you know who her husband is, right?
No.
James Bond.
Daniel Craig.
Oh,
Daniel Craig,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I liked it. I like Constantine. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Okay, as a comic book guy, I never read Constantine.
I didn't read it.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, does it stay true to the comic book? But apparently,
it was pretty interesting.
I didn't know it was a comic.
All right,
one of those horror comics.
And then we came to. So I don't know. Keanu at that point, he's probably already hit the pinnacle of his career, and he's done a bunch of other not great movies.
But so you would say, going back to what we were talking about earlier, that
The Matrix is the pinnacle? Yeah.
Okay, so The Matrix was his apex.
The first apex. I think he's got a resurgence for a career now that we have John Wick, which is between Constantine and which was 2005 to 2014. All these other movies, I could forget.
Did you guys watch The Day the Earth Stood
I watched
Still?
that movie. That was trash. That was a trash movie.
What about 47 Ronin? Didn't you like that?
No, I didn't like that. That was a trash movie too. That was horrible.
I don't know more than half.
That is that is horrible. That movie is horrible. Henry's Crime. That movie's bad. All of the Scanner Darkly is pretty good.
The Lake House
Scanner
wasn't a
Darkly is
bad
actually
movie.
pretty
That
alright,
one was
but-
okay.
No, talk about that. Speak on that.
Let's not talk about it.
No.
It was
It's not that okay.
It was okay.
It wasn't that good.
But it's
It
not
was
like
okay,
an
but-
action movie. It's more like a slow. It has a slow storyline to it.
You know what I can see, and you guys are gonna laugh me off the podcast for this. If he had been a little bit younger, I think Keanu would have been better in The Notebook than Ryan Gosling was.
No.
Hell no.
You don't think so? It was
What do you think Keanu's most emotional roles have been? Like where he... Because I can't even name one role where I thought he played... he showed a lot of depth and range as an actor.
When he was in Parenthood.
Okay.
He was supposed to be...
Watch The Lake House.
Okay. Why is that emotional?
Because it's not. I don't know. It's just not an action movie. So he's like a more serious role. I don't know. You just have to watch it, Jason.
Oh, because
don't
that's,
read
that's
about
how I feel about like Parenthood. Because he was the dumbass guy that took the daughter away, and she fell in love with him, and all he wanted to do was just race cars in the local stock circuit. And yet when her mom went up to him and said, you have to take care of my daughter. He's like, you can teach a man to fish. You can teach a deer how to hunt, but they'll let anybody. No, I'm sorry. I completely screwed up the line. Here it is. You need a license to drive. You need a license to catch fish. You even need a license to shoot a deer, but they'll let anybody be a dad, man. That's the line.
End scene.
And then when she does that, Diane Wiest, who's the mom, she's like, "Wow, this is the father of my grandchild." And she's like, "He's really not that dumb. He's insightful. I mean, he's not a genius, but
He sound pretty dumb.
Man, wow.
no,
Nah.
I didn't sell you on that one. Okay,
But that was a good movie, though. That was a great movie, though.
Parenthood, yeah.
Yeah. Is that a Steve...
I don't think I
Steve
watched
Martin?
that one.
Steve Martin, not
Yeah.
Steve Harvey. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Steve Martin, Jason Robards.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Was that Sally?
It
I
was Sally
wonder
Field.
why I didn't.
It was just a lady
Diane
that looks like... Oh, damn. Okay. All right, but how about John Wick? John Wick is the
I've not
movie
seen
that
any of
really
You guys got the John Wick
revitalized his career. So he is a killer, like an assassin. And I don't remember when the wife died. Like, I don't know if it was like previous, but
It
the
had to
whole
have been,
premise
right?
of the script is he's like a lonely guy. So he has a dog, a little puppy, right?
Oh,
And I think the dog, I think
can't
he had the
empathize.
dog when he got
Yeah,
the dog
'cause
when
you're
the
not a
wife died or
human.
something, or it was a gift for the wife and the wife died, was killed. So he raised this dog, and
this
then
dog was basically his child.
yeah, and then
Any dog lover would know.
Which you
Like-
are.
people break into his house, or they're trying to. I don't remember, but they kill the dog, right? And this is like what happens in the beginning of the movie, and
They wanted his car and he didn't want to sell it to him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he just goes on a killing spree after that. But
He has reason.
a
though.
vengeful.
So this is
killing
like
spree.
Death Wish over a dog.
Kinda, yeah, kinda. I guess, yeah.
Wow. He's going
It's a
vigilante
stretch.
because of the loss
Revenge.
of his pet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Revenge.
yeah, and
And I heard it's ultra violent.
it is,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
got it's adapted off of like a lot of traditional Southeast Asian action films, where it's like a lot of hand-to-hand combat and violent. There's a lot of like knife fighting and guns, and it does it pretty well. It actually makes that transition pretty efficiently, and I thought John Wick's a pretty fun movie, and now we have John Wick 2 that came out. That was pretty good too, and
then there's
John
a
Wick
third
3
one.
this year. So
Okay, let me ask you guys a theoretical or hypothetical question, right? If you were to paint Keanu Reeves into a particular corner, and you say he's only one type of actor: action, adventure, romance, sports, dramatic, like whatever. How do you classify Keanu Reeves as an actor, as a thespian?
action and adventure.
Yeah.
You need the role with the least amount of development for the main character. You know what I mean? Just like a real solid, consistent type of presence, and I think
That's interesting, because I was going to say if it were up to me, I would say comedy. I think he's done action adventure, but there's always like that element of
Yeah, he's done comedy, but I don't think he was even that funny in any of it. He's just like irritating.
Have you never watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? I will buy you the
I
Blu-ray.
watched it and I thought it was a funny movie, but his accent in it is annoying. I got more annoyed.
San Dimas High School football rules.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in his younger ones it was okay, but like when
you didn't like
plays
Socrates? Socrates?
Socrates.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Says-
I don't know.
He loves San Dimas.
That's so dumb, dude. That's
They
a
go back,
pretty
they go
good
back in time
accent.
to France. Oh, excuse me, Mrs. of Arc. They find Joan of Arc, Mrs. of Arc.
That's so dumb.
Did they take them all to the mall and Joan of Arc is like
I
leading
take it back. That one, that movie
Joan of
was
Arc is
pretty
leading the
funny.
jazzercise. Freaking Napoleon is like doing like playing Risk in the battle.
I mean, you gotta watch a movie that's like not 30 years old. Like at least,
Oh,
dude,
wait a
at
minute.
least from 2000. At least
We
from the
have
turn
not
of the
said-
century.
We have not said the best line from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the one that we always laugh at.
What?
She's like, Bill, Ted, I made you guys some cookies. Thanks, Missy. I mean, Mom.
I mean, Mom.
Do you remember when she was in our class last year? Shut up, Ted.
That's so,
And now your dad's banging her.
Yeah.
oh my gosh! On that,
Missy, I mean-
you know, have we exhausted all the? That's so dumb. Have we exhausted
watch that
all
now.
the
So
movies?
you guys would say, okay, best 3 Keanu Reeves movies.
Ooh, this
And
is a good
we'll
one.
start with you because you are, this is your show. So
Obviously,
Man,
you're
what am I gonna
say-
pick? Okay, well, I'm gonna say Point Break for sure. Point Break is up there. The Matrix.
it's not Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's for damn sure.
Man,
John Wick.
John Wick or Speed? I don't know. I give it to John Wick. John Wick 2. Yeah.
So John Wick 2
Point Break
Point
and
Break.
The Matrix. The first Matrix.
and the
yeah.
first. Okay, go ahead, Ash.
Well, I haven't watched that many movies from him, but I did watch John Wick, The Matrix, and those are obviously his top 2 movies. For the third one, I don't know. I might say Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
You're good.
just because it was hilarious.
Okay, Uncle Kian.
John Wick, the original one. Right?
Yeah.
That's the question. Yes.
Oh, what?
The first
Wow.
one.
Oh, he only has a top 1.
One and done. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna say Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I'm gonna say The Replacements because he was good in The Replacements, even though that probably wasn't his best movie.
Jason's like, I watched that movie like 10 times.
Okay, and I'm gonna kind of like bend the rules like a little bit. There's a documentary that he actually produced and hosted called Side by Side, where he interviews all these other directors from Hollywood and talks about like the old style of shooting on film and cellulose versus now doing everything digitally. He interviews Scorsese, he interviews Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, and it is really, really good because he's got all these connections in Hollywood, and he just says, okay, he interviews who's the guy who directed 40 Days and 40 Nights and 28 Days Later?
Danny.
The British guy.
Yeah, I forgot his last
Yeah,
name.
but he interviews
Yeah.
him, and he said just the liberty of being able to shoot on digital. And he said if we did this like on film, it would have taken us a month. And if we don't get like the perfect shot at the certain type of day, and it was a really good documentary. If you guys have not seen Side by Side, watch Side by Side, and you really see the true Keanu Reeves, a student of film, someone who loves the practice of making movies, and it really gives you a sense of appreciation for his talent because he's not just the dumb guy from all the movies that preceded The Matrix. And he wasn't typecast like that.
Yeah, something about Keanu Reeves. I really just don't think he's that great of an actor. I don't think he has a wide range of roles and genres that he can actually play. But he's always been, like I said earlier, just like a likable personality, and even like the stories you hear about his life and whatnot, like like even like Paul Walker. Paul Walker, like no one's like, oh yeah, Paul Walker is that's like one of America's greatest actors ever, right? But everyone likes Paul Walker. The guy he did jiu-jitsu, and he bought the ring, the wedding ring for the soldier, blah. And then we got Keanu Reeves, who just is more of the same, right? Like I guess his wife, unless it's like some kind of fake meme. But his wife really did die of like cancer, right? And like,
I think I heard that. Yeah,
and he gives so much money to charity. And
he also was in a band with his brother. It was
and he does
Surf
jiu-jitsu
Dog,
too.
I think, or something dog.
You said that already, Ken.
Paul Walker.
But Keanu Reeves plays bass in a rock band.
No, see, that's cool, man. He's such a cool guy.
Cool dude.
I like to see him in more movies, right?
Okay.
I like to see him.
Bonus question: Who, in our lifetimes, who wins the Academy Award for Best Actor first? Keanu Reeves or Tom Cruise? Because neither has.
Tom Cruise never won an Academy Award?
Not for Best Actor.
Tom Cruise is going to win one. I think he'll win. Tom Cruise is another guy who's like, his career has kind of been revitalized, I think. You know, like, he does all the own stunts for the new Mission Impossibles and stuff. And he's an old guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Scientology will do that to you.
Like hanging on the plane and everything.
He's just crazy now.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Any final comments or remarks before we close the show?
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
That's your okay. Well, guys, thank you so much.
You guys just said for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our episode of Real Talk about Keanu Reeves. Once again, Real Talk is brought to you by the fine folks at Tango Theaters, where you can watch a bunch of movies that they have right now, including Into the Spider-Verse, Escape Room, and just to name a few.
Can we all say it together? Bye, everybody. Thanks, Missy. I mean, Mom.
I mean, Mom. Mean Mom. Mean Mom.